Hello, my little piggies. Welcome back to I Am a Bit of an Expert, a Peppa Pig podcast. I'm your host, Josh Chapman, and joining me down the line, live from the City of Churches, is Matt Frost. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, thanks, Josh. How are you tonight?
Good. It's still the City of Churches. Adelaide, is that still like their slogan?
Yeah, it's certainly preferable than some others. So
That's true. Do you Google that? Learn your history, but we don't need to go into that for this sort of podcast and things. But yeah, we've got a quite a fun episode today. Pancakes. Now, we didn't sort of push this round to. You must know what Shrove Tuesday is, Matt. Are you familiar with Shrove Tuesday?
I've heard the term. Yeah. Yep.
Yes, which is Pancake Day on the religious calendar. A Catholic, I think it's around an Easter Lent kind of thing. I did do a lot of Catholic school growing up, so I used to know those things a little bit better. But anyway, that was sort of the excuse to eat pancakes, was on Shrove Tuesday. So
is that all you can eat all day, or?
No, I think it was just a thing that they kind of, I don't know, it got tied in with that basically. So I've worked places in England, especially where they have cafeterias and things, and they'll serve up pancakes on Shrove Tuesday. And I think certainly when I was in primary school, Catholic school, that's February. Yeah, it's in February. Shrove Tuesday is a day in February or March immediately preceding Ash Wednesday, which is celebrated in some countries by consuming pancakes. Yeah, so it's all Easter related, basically,
Right.
and it's which is all. It's also a part of Lent and fasting and sacrificing. So I think the idea is that you gorge yourself on pancakes before you give up stuff for Lent, whatever that is. But
I do know what Lent is.
Yeah, look, I used to know all this kind of stuff.
It's
all passed me by. But we're basically we didn't save Pancake Day for Shrove Tuesday. Pancake Day has just come into our rotation as normal. This is a very special episode. We already do Easter and Christmas and Australia Day and Chinese New Year. We didn't pull out the stops for Shrove Tuesday.
Yeah, but should we have?
Well, that's the thing. Should we have? But that would have been weird because we actually would have jumped forward in time in an episode we would have logically have gotten to, a few weeks later.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I think we need a full-time researcher on this show. Sometimes.
Yeah, no, it didn't come up in the production meetings that we have every week.
Yeah, when we talk about football and cricket. And...
Yeah, exactly. So all those things aside, what goes down in pancakes?
So, and I'm sure you've been here. Oh, does Olive enjoy pancakes?
Oh yeah. She loves a good pancake. We'll get the pancake every couple of weeks. We'll get the pancakes out. Although I have to say, I've gotten very slack on the pancakes, and we just get the shaker. We don't make the batter ourselves. But Kat, she is gluten intolerant.
Yeah.
So we just get the gluten. There's a couple of supermarkets near us that'll sell a gluten-free pancake mix.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier to just get that and do the old shaky shake and bust that out rather than trying to do a gluten-free pancake thing. I think you can just use gluten-free flour and stuff.
Yeah.
Honestly, those shaker things are so easy. Not that making pancake mix is particularly hard.
Yeah,
but
we do it the authentic way, I'll have you know.
Things are a little bit more genuine down there, the Frost household. Not a bunch of
deconstructed pancakes that we have. So
it's just an egg, a bag of flour, and a cup of water.
Yeah, in a mason jar. Yeah. So no, we do them, and we quite often do them on weekends. And I'm not proud of this, but I was sort of always like, oh, I don't remember the recipe until, sort of, you can only get away with that for so long. But so now I know the recipe by heart. And the kids do like stirring the pancakes, just like Pepper and George did. So, yeah. And that's what this episode is. It's they make pancakes.
Which is a pretty run-of-the-mill kind of thing. I kind of felt like at the start, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a little bit of a not much happens episode, and it doesn't leave the kitchen and stuff. But the thing that makes it most interesting is that Daddy Pig kind of takes center stage a few times. I mean, he kind of gets called out early on, where they're basically sort of talking about how he failed last time they had pancakes.
Yeah, they said that he got a little bit angry when he put his pancake on the ground when he was tossing it, and he straight away blames the fry pan.
He did not look happy about it. He did not like being reminded of that at all.
Claimed a defective frying
pan, I think it was.
Yeah. And so it's quite interesting. Yeah.
The poor workman always blames his tools, kind of thing,
right.
And poor old Daddy Pig. So the stage is set quite early on for Daddy Pig to sort of, potentially have some hilarious mishaps. Yeah. But so we actually get a little Mummy Pig makes the pancake batter, which is all pretty straightforward, really, and there's some very enthusiastic stirring going on, isn't there?
Yeah, that's right, and that's pretty real. So you wouldn't really know because you don't do it the proper way.
Yes.
Can't make much mess when you're just shaking a container, but
that's a damn shame.
Yeah.
Who's stupid now?
Yeah. So, although it is quite an easy thing to clean up, so
yeah, it's true. It's true.
But and then the cooking begins, and Mummy does the cooking, and does a bang up solid job, but is just getting absolutely pancake mansplained by Daddy Pig throughout.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? He's kind of chiming in a lot, and Mummy Pig's got the technique down. Now, I don't know your my trick with pancakes, if I can Daddy mansplain, is always low heat on a pan, about as low as you can go. That's usually my trick with a pancake.
Yeah,
because I find it cooks too quick otherwise, and doesn't cook in the middle. So I have a low heat, and then obviously I don't do the flip though. Do you?
No.
Do you attempt the flip?
Yeah, since they invented something called a spatula.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't really see the point. Yeah, I'm a bit the same. Sort of, we use our smallest burner, gas burner, and that never really kicks out that much heat. So yeah. And do you do the old watch till it starts bubbling through? And
yeah, you do the bubbles. Wait till a little bit of bubbles on top, but you can't wait too long because you want it to brown on both sides. Because it gets too cooked on the top, flip it over, you'll get nothing.
Yeah.
You'll get a weird looking sort of pancake. And I always like we have a little bit of maple syrup. I actually quite like lemon with maple syrup on my pancake. So I like maple, the dash of lemon. I know people do lemon and sugar, but I actually like the lemon and syrup.
Yeah, I started as a lemon and sugar person, and I've gone to just a lemon. So yeah, we put a tiny bit of sugar in the pancakes, so that's enough.
That's enough of a little kick. Now speaking of syrup, Mummy Pig does bust out a bottle of syrup, and it does have a maple leaf on it. So I'm going to assume that it's the real deal. It's the genuine from Canada maple syrup. It's not maple flavored syrup.
Oh no, I'm going to say the other. I think it's maple flavored. I think it's some sort of imitation.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Really? No, I seem to recall that we had a discussion a while ago about maple syrup with some of our friends from overseas, talking about whether you could get the real deal in Australia. And I know that we get the Aldi maple syrup, and it is 100% maple syrup from Aldi. And it was funny, I have been in America quite recently, and I went out for pancakes once or twice, and I actually went to the IHOP, the International House of Pancakes.
Is that what IHOP stands for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was basically pancakes any way you want it, any way you throw it, with a side of eggs and bacon and everything else, which was pretty good. But then just went to a run-of-the-mill cafe in San Francisco, and they basically had, pancakes that are dirt with syrup, and plus $4 if you want real syrup. So they were basically saying because they kind of had the, where the salt and pepper was, you could basically just grab a bottle of syrup and squirt it on your plate. But if you wanted the real deal,
they go down to the cellar and get it out.
Yeah, the
humidifier,
blow the dust off. Yeah, they blow the dust off the thing and bring out the Grange maple syrup. So I didn't bother with that. But the IHOP was all right. There you go, International House of Pancakes.
There you go. Yeah, I'm not huge on syrup, which is like maple syrup, which is probably I have quite a lot of Canadian family, so I have a Canadian cousin coming to visit us soon, which is quite exciting. So yeah, probably I hope they don't listen, because that sort of things,
they'll come bringing you a big bottle of syrup. People are like, thanks, I guess.
Sort of things likely to get you an ice skate in the head. So
Canadians are very nice people. I think even if you did insult them, you wouldn't know. Now, Daddy Pig decides to take over. The kids get all their pancakes, and Daddy Pig's been sitting in the peanut gallery, basically just chipping in, trying to, tell Mummy Pig, in the nicest way possible, that she's not quite throwing it high enough and the technique's not quite right. And though she's getting very nice, wrist flicks going on, the technique looked pretty good. And of course, Daddy Pig wanders over and decides to take over. And what happens?
Yeah, at this point, it's been pretty well telegraphed that Daddy Pig stuffs up, and he sticks his pancake to the roof of the ceiling because he's flipped it so hard. So. Yeah.
So I tell you what, that's a pretty fair throw. You'd have to get it to flip enough times to actually sit on the wet side to sit there, but actually still be cooked enough that it would actually stick, so it couldn't be too runny. So I don't know. I'm suspending my disbelief on the pancake stuck to the roof thing. I've never seen it in real life.
God, sometimes you are such a Star Wars fan, but yeah. But I'll take your point with good grace. But yes, that is what happens. So.
So Daddy Pig gets the pancake stuck on the roof, and he's kind of got a look in his face a bit like, not again. First it was the floor, now it's the roof. And then he decides to leap up on the top of the table and try and reach, but I always forget that his arms don't go any higher than his chin, basically. No.
And he does sort of preface that with getting this down shouldn't be much of a problem. Like, it's charming.
Yeah, at least he didn't fall off and break his neck or something like that. But he's sort of left standing on the table, and Mummy Pig says, "Oh, look, I know how to deal with this." So rather than going out and getting a broom or a stick or a shovel or a spatula, perhaps, to deal with this, she decides to take the kids upstairs to into the bedroom to sort of position themselves directly above the said pancake, and then jump up and down.
Yeah, which is, I don't know if you want me to give you a rundown on the sort of, dual story construction and how that's not really practical, but
well,
I don't want to be.
Daddy Pig's an engineer. He should basically be telling them up front that's not practical, but he's already stuck a pancake to the roof, so who knows?
But the reality is, it falls down, and where does it fall, Josh?
Right on his chops.
Yeah.
Basically, he just got it. Basically, if he didn't have egg on his face, he's got pancake on his face.
And there is egg in pancake, so
there is. And then, just as a final insult, he's sort of standing there with a pancake on his face, looking all embarrassed. Mummy Pig just basically picks up the syrup and squirts a bunch of syrup on top of it.
Yeah, not before a little bit of a quip either. She's like, "Syrup, Daddy."
Yeah, just like. Cop that, you mansplaining piece of, so-and-so.
Piece of pork.
You piece of pork. You big porker. Yeah, he doesn't look too impressed. Although he he then decides to do this sweet little move where he sort of flicks his head back, and the pancake flies off the top of his head, does a little twist, and then straight down the gullet.
Yeah, which is it's a good save. So
very good save.
Yeah, he saved face and by using his face.
And then got a little pancake in the tummy. So yeah, everything sort of worked out all right for Daddy Pig in the end. But he was made to, as he's usually made to suffer for his art. But he was being a little bit arrogant this episode, I think. So he kind of got his just desserts.
Probably his lowest point for the series so far, I think.
Yeah.
With him, getting his customary bad luck, but also being a bit of a dipstick at the same time. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we've all been there before, but
yeah.
Sometimes we don't manage to get pancakes stuck to the roof or on our faces and things. But hopefully, Daddy Pig has learned a little humility, and he takes that with him going forward.
Yeah, I'd like to think that his pompous pride will resurface at some stage.
I have a feeling. Otherwise, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
We might as well stop now.
Yeah, we might as well stop now. There's no point there. So a fine little episode. Again, they're sort of taking. Yeah, I think sort of 10 episodes, 15 episodes prior, if this had come out, it would have been a lot drier. But they've kind of learnt that to sort of put in a few interesting things and a few more character traits to sort of carry a pretty simple premise forward.
Yeah. That's a pretty good summary actually. I think dads tend to be the fall guys, and that's probably the way it should be. And I'm sort of just starting to really embrace that.
Yeah, that's right. So, any closing thoughts on Pancakes before we throw this one on the roof?
Well done.
On brand.
Yeah. No, I did enjoy it. I thought it was pretty good. So, and we were on this hero's journey with Daddy Pig, and it's going to take a few twists and turns. So
that's right. It's right. There's going to be a few bumps in the road. There's going to be a few pancakes in the face.
Yep.
And that's the way it is.
Yep.
But well, thanks a lot, mate. If you want to catch us on the socials, you can get us at Peppa Pig Pod. Just drop us a message or a tweet, and we'll get back to you. And thanks to everybody who's been sending through things and suggestions and little funny things. We always appreciate that. We'll be back next time with babysitting, I think. So thanks a lot, mate.
Thank you, Josh, and good night, my little piggies.
Yeah, we're playing a tune and we're singing a song with a bang and a bong and a bang. Bong, bang, boo, bing, bong, bing, bing, bong, bangly, bongly, boo. Bong, bing, boo, bing, bong, bing, bing, bong, bangly, bongly, boo.